Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be taking us through a very exciting opportunity for those of us who are interested in pursuing a postgraduate research program in Australia. So there's what we call Australian Government Research Training Program, RTP Stipend Scholarship. So it's valued at 38,154 Australian dollars per year and it's paid fortnightly, and that's every 2 weeks you have part of this money sent into your account, and it's paid for 3.5 years. And the good news is that if you are doing a PhD up to 4 years, you have a possibility of extending this particular benevolence or payment for another 6 months. So this is for postgraduate research, that is Masters by Research and PhD, and it's open for both domestic and international students. So this is very, very exciting. I'm sure you won't waste much time before you start applying. Now let's look at the calendar, the timetable. So the scholarship has two rounds, round one and round two. So round one for international students closes on the 31st of August each year, and the students start the program the following year on the 31st of March. So the domestic student, the round one closes on the 31st of October, and the commencement of the program is 31st of March the following year. Round two for both international and domestic students, the closing date is 15 April each year for commencement on the 31st of August the same year. So you still have enough time to apply for this scholarship. So what are you waiting for? Let's look at the eligibility. So you don't need to apply separately for this scholarship. All you need to do is to apply for admission to Australian National University, and based on your credentials, your records, you'll be ranked in a competitive process for the award of this scholarship. So the good news is I don't need to apply separately. So once your credentials, your records are good enough, with your BSc, you have a good record, good grade, MSc and so on, then you are highly ranked in the process. Now let's look at the benefit of this scholarship. So you have a stipend paid to you, 38,000 8,154 Australian dollars per year. That's for 3.5 years and possibility of extending for another 6 months. Then you have all the internship payments. You have travel allowances. You have relocation allowances. You have thesis allowances. If you have a dependent child, as for international students, you have allowances for this international dependent child. You have paid medical bills, maternity and parental leave, and you have so much more. So let's look at a comprehensive list of the benefits of this scholarship. So the benefit is here. You have the amount of RTP stipend paid to your account. So you have living allowance. I think that's still part of the stipend. Let's go to this other part where you have the overseas student health cover paid for you. So when you are making the application, you have to pay for your health surcharge, and this is given back to you based on the scholarship. And each dependent child or children has about £3,000 per annum, 3,000 Australian dollars, sorry, per annum. So, and you have up to a maximum of 9,000 paid to you fortnightly. So, all the relocation um, um, all the relocation money you've spent is reimbursed to you. So you have thesis allowance and so on and so forth. So this is a very, very important and exciting opportunity for you. So let's look at how to apply. So how do you apply? You just have to get enrolled to Australian National University, and you need to do that by going to the official site. For that, you load the site here, you see the apply button. But before you apply, there are some things you need to do. First, you need to find a supervisor. Finding a supervisor is a very critical part of this process, because if you don't find a supervisor, it means there will be nobody to oversee the research area you're about to undertake. And probably it means that your research area doesn't really align with the Australian National University um, research interest. So after finding a supervisor, you need to also explore each college research opportunity. The ANU has about 6 colleges, and each of them have their unique or specific research in their opportunities. So you need to explore this to be able to know that if they are aligned with what you have to do at the postgraduate level, research level. So the third point is that you need to explore the college specific requirements. So aside the overall requirements of the university, each college most time have their specific requirement that uh, prospective students must meet before they get enrolled into the colleges. So that's all you need to do before applying. Then applying to the ANU for admission, you must meet minimum admission requirements, and this is basically you must have bachelor and masters. If you're from Australia, you must have those ones that are offered there, and if you're from abroad, something equivalent to that. So you must also meet the English language requirement. And the good news is that if you're from Nigeria, the fact that you've gone through the academic routines in Nigeria, your secondary, and so on, you automatically qualified for this requirement without having to take IELTS and TOEFL. Okay. So you have to also submit your research proposal. This is a critical part of what your admission process. Your draft research proposal only needs to be short. So you need to check with your potential supervisor for clarity, because the supervisor is the person that is going to see if this completely aligns with what is doing or the research interests of the university. So you need to have your referee's contact handy as you're applying, because it's a critical part of the process. You need to get report from your referees about your capability in undertaking a research of that magnitude at ANU. So every other supporting document like your cover letter, your academic transcript, your certificate must also be handy as you're applying, because you will need to upload this to to help in supporting your application. So what about those who have incomplete qualification? For example, if you're still undertaking your degree, maybe you're in the final year of your master's and so on. So you don't have to worry. You can still submit application for admission, provided you know that um, you'll be able to be awarded this degree before the application deadline. So it's a very important opportunity for those who want to undertake their research at Australia. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So you need to start this process early enough. That is the bottom line. Start the process early enough. Try to look out for a potential supervisor. Once you have that, you are at the verge of of securing this very exciting scholarship opportunity. So thank you so much for listening and watching this program. And if you're new to this channel, please feel free to give a thumb up, like and share this content. And I wish you good luck as you apply for the scholarship. Thank you very much.